Hello there, boys and girls. This is Namcraft. Welcome to the Starcraft English commentary. We continue with the Bisu Fest. Since it's not been streaming lately, I'm gonna cast these private games for your viewing pleasure. Bisu is gonna be one of the most highly anticipated player in the upcoming ASL Season 19, aka ASL Season 2. He's all to look up to, look forward to, and look backward to because he's the revolutionist, right? He was one of the old Protoss prince, one of the original Liebach T-Sank. These days, it's hard to know what he's doing exactly because he's not showing any kind of presence online, except that sometimes he casts these kind of private Laddernet games. So I'm very, very happy to present to you today Bisu versus Action. That is right. This matchup, PvZ, it's one of my favorite matchup, and Bisu is the king of PvZ. I just want to quickly show you the stats on these maps. What map do we have here? Looks like these are the old map. Let me just quickly show you the new map because I think I have them. Yeah, that's right. Here are the new maps. There we go. So as you can see, on Eclipse, it is 47% win rate for Protoss versus Zerg, and it looks like we're going to be having a very, very standard opening here coming out from both of these players. For Action, it's going to be a 12 hatchery, and for Bisu's, it's going to be a gateway first. And let's see how these guys are going to be performing here today. Let me just quickly show you the map photo. This is Minstrel. That is what it looks like. The probe is going to scout and meet the overlord in the middle of the map. Nothing serious out of these two players. And next, I guess I will show you something else. Let me just... what do I have here, actually? Do I have the players' photos? I guess I don't, guys. I think I should be having the player's photo, but for some reason I don't. Anyways, we had a small pylon kind of fake here. It's not going to be a real attack here. It looks like Action has completely seen the situation. He will come down and he will see that there's nothing there. So this drone is going to get ready to block the ramp again, and we shall see how these players are going to be progressing. The first Zelle is coming out. So very standard stuff, and he's gonna try to move towards this side of the map to go and plant down another hatchery. Now Action is one of those players who doesn't like to go for quick Hydrodent. He likes to stick with his standard build here, which is going to be Lair and then eventually Spy. So let's see how these players are going to be performing. Zelle is going to meet the Overlord right in the middle of the map. He can see exactly what's going on. Action, he's getting ready to expand, but he's returning because with a gateway first opening, you don't want to expose yourself too much. This is going to be what he's thinking. Looks like this probe has not yet lost any shield. So very, very nice Bisu to kind of really, take the chances here. The Zelle going to get blocked. He needs to start to attack the drone, though. He's going to take one hit, but both players going to try to go there. And the second Zelle is coming out. So, of course, Bisu's plan is to stop his enemy from expanding towards the other side of the map. The 1 o'clock positioned. Whereas for Action, he's going to be producing some Zerglings now. The Zelle is going to try to come out. And this drone is going where exactly? I don't know. He's going to try to get up on that high round and eventually want to, just... go out and attack. We have a small attack. It looks like this drone is doing some nice shot against the probe, but now it is going to be the end of this attack, and the drone is going to plant down a Nexus, a hatchery. On the side of the map, we're going to be having a lot of Zerglings coming out from Action. 4 Zerglings, 6 Zerglings, 8 Zerglings. Okay, 10 Zerglings total. How many blocking units do we have? Do we have a Forge? Looks like it's going to be a forward forge here. He doesn't dare to go for a backward forge. Behind this, we have a Hydrodent. Looks like it's going to be some drone coming out, and this is going to be a total of, that's a lot of Zerglings. We'll just quickly show you how many Zerglings there are. A total of 9. There is another Zergling just going to try to chase this probe around, and it looks like the Zelle is going to have to cover here. There's just enough Zelle to hold, so I guess Bisu is not in any kind of serious trouble for the timing. Let me just quickly show you something else, why these attacks are going to be happening here. Just want to show you the elo stats. So here are the elo stats of the players. Is this what I want to show you? I guess not really, but I would just update that really quickly. We're going to be having some Zerglings attack momentarily, but I want to show you that for the last 30 days, here are the elo scores of the players playing. And Action is not in the top 10, and neither is Bisu's on the top 10 because he's not playing any public games. He's playing private games, which are not really registered into in the elo board stats. He's not playing sponsored games or tournament games or anything like that. So that's what we have. But at least looks like these 5 Zealots. Okay, that's gonna be a very interesting positioning of the cannon. You normally want to block this. You don't want to block this because you want the Dragoons to come out. But with the way that it looks, I guess the Dragoon will come out on this side of the map. Looks like the Zerg is gonna try to go for the attack here, but but we're going to be having another Zealot coming through, I think, eventually. Yes, the Zealot is here, so now it looks like Action's going to have to reckon with this counter-attack from Bishu's, and Bishu's is keeping his probe alive the entire time. It's going to be very interesting the way that Bishu's is playing. Looks like Zerlings have speed. Now we're having a small surround. One Zerling is going to die. Very nice for Bishu to snipe one of the Zerlings. His probe is still alive in the area. We need to have more Zerlings coming out, and look at this, guys. Action is making a lot of Zerlings, and Bishu's going to try to hold here, possibly with 2 Zealots on high ground. He's going to try to engage, and I don't know if it's at the right move or not. He's going to start to attack the hatchery. He goes for it, but he's going to get surrounded from all sides. I would have just preferred for him to hold it at the choke here, but now he's going to be losing most of his Zealots, excuse me, but he does trade reasonably well to try to kill as many Zerlings as possible, and that is going to be finally the end of this attack for Bishu's. And look at this, these Zerlings are doing good damage, but Bishu's Zealot's control is out of the world, guys. And after that battle is over, how much damage do we have from both of these players? How much supply do we have? The Zealots is going to be buying some time here. It's doing some good moving shot. They would try to kill as many Zerlings as possible. And of course, Bishu's is always Bishu's. It's just so good with this micro, but still numerical advantage in favor of Zerg. He's going to be having a Spire coming up, 4 Hatchery coming down. This Overlord's going to run away. What is Bishu's tech of thing? He's going to be going up to a single Stargate. He's going to be upgrading +1 weapons as well as +1 weapons on the air. So total of 2 air upgrades here. The Overlord's going to be hiding. The Corsairs is not going to be able to find the Overlord. There's no Overlords in any kind of locations at all. These Overlords are very spread out. The Zerlings are also getting spread out, and looks like this Corsairs will at least be able to take out maybe possibly 1 Overlord. He arrives now. He will start to attack right away. The second Corsair should be coming up momentarily. He's going to try to check, set a map for this other Overlord. But what is his enemies making? Looks like Action is going to make a pair of Scourge to start. That is nice, but he will lose at least 1 Overlord, but this other, of course, is not able to find the other Overlord. He's got to have to turn around now. Very smart for Action to hide the Overlord right here. Might even turn around in the middle of the map, and looks like this last Ghost is going to fall, and looks like the Overlord is going to get attacked. Looks like Bisu is not going to attack. He doesn't want to waste his time there because we're going to be having Scourges coming out. And what about the Hydra? And there's a Hydra, and I'm not so sure Bisu was able to see that. Maybe he did, because his course is on the way out there, so that we'll be having some nice upgrades for Action. You can see that in the map. He's upgrading fast Hydralis. What is it? Speed. He's going for a missiles attack. Okay, that is for the Hydralis as well. And he's going to be going for Overlord movement. This is going to be a nice way to detect any kind of dark temperatures on the map here, and trying to get ready for the next big attack from Zerg here. You want to come out with 5 hatcheries pumping full of Hydralisk. Yeah, for now it looks like the Hydra is going to be staying at home for the time being, and Bishu's is going to have his Zealot. I think his +1 will complete for sure, but what about the +1 armor? That is going to be questioned. I think the Zealot with legs should be coming up very soon. Almost completed, completes now. He's going to move across the map. The Hydra's got, no, these are Zerlings, not Hydra, excuse me. Going to be having a small attack, and looks like Action is going to try to come up with a lot of Hydras. I don't think Bishu's going to be able to make it. He's got a lot of Zerlings, a total of, 8 Zerlings, but he's going to get pushed back now. He's doing some good shot, but he needs to get rid of one of these really annoying Zerlings in the back. Looks like he's going to back up now. We're going to be having 5 Corsairs in the area. These Zealots are going to get cornered here. What is going to be the next attack here now from Action? He is not switching into Mutas. He's going to stay with the Hydras. The Corsairs are looking for Overlord, a total of 6 Corsairs, and do they have +1 weapons? They do have the +1 weapons, so they need to get the damage done now. They start to come through. They will get some of the Overlords, but looks like Scourge is going to go through, and Bishu's going to have to run away. He's going to do the moving shot that Snow has perfected, but looks like Bishu is not doing it. He loses the first Corsairs. How many Corsairs they have remaining? Just 5, and now they're going to have to run back. His Dark Templar is going to stop this new base from coming up from Bishu, so at least that's going to be something. On this side of the map, what are these Hydras doing? They're going to be going for missiles attacks, still not yet upgrading. What are these Dark Templars? Just going to check around here, as well as I guess making some drones. And as for Bishu's, is making some Hydras. Got 2 already. So now the goal is to stay top. I mean, he's gotta have to protect his Corsairs, because the moment he loses his Corsairs, the Mutas become a problem. So that's what we're gonna be looking forward to at the upcoming minutes mark of the game. It's gonna be the 9-minute, almost 20th minute mark of the game. Action's got 74 supply. Bishu's got 100. So I guess Bishu is still doing okay in terms of macro. Action is not that far behind. Anyways, very nice positioning of the Hydras. These Corsairs got nothing. They have nothing. They don't have the cards. It's gonna be Action who's got the cards. And Bisu is playing with World War 3, guys. No pun intended. Anyways, his Data is gonna go out and go somewhere else now to find it. The drone's gonna take a base, and Bisu is gonna get ready to expand. He's gonna be careful. We've seen that other game between Mini and one of the Zerg players on this map, where Protoss expanded a little bit too early and was caught, just a bit red-handed almost, not able to hold out all of the bases. But now Action is going to be in a small, slightly disadvantaged situation. Bishu's going to come out with the +1 weapons air and +1, weapons ground, upgrades here. What about the Forge? It's going to complete soon, and it looks like the +1 armor is going to be completing soon as well. Where are the High Templars? Looks like there's going to be a base coming up here, and Bishu is going to try to protect this area. Well, he's not yet sent out the rest of his storms. He's waiting patiently outside, and the course is going to try to check for the situation. He's going to be very, very careful. There's the first lurk of the game. The Hydra's going to try to surround and get one of the Corsairs destroyed. Looks like all the Corsairs are being, protected nicely, so that's good. His Dark Templar could actually destroy it. I don't know. Cannot destroy that. That unit is on air. Anyways, both the players are juggling for position, and Bisu, with a huge amount of Zealots, is going to be looking forward to do some nice attack. Looks like the Corsair is going to be the Scourge's season. Why these cannons here? Usually you want to place the pylon in front and the cannons at the backside, but it's not the case. This Zerglings is being hidden very carefully in the corner. That is a nice position to hide your Zergling, guys. Anyways, the last Corsair is going to be falling, and Bishu's going to be making some cannons. This Dark Templar is going to try to check out this base, and he needs to turn around. Looks like he knows exactly what his enemy is doing, and he doesn't want to venture out. The Dark Templar's purpose is to scout. He didn't want to move. He didn't want to see the enemy move this entire Hydras across this area and start to harass his new base. Instead, he's going to try to use the Dark Templar to keep those Hydras back. And now we will have some pylon getting created, but this cannon is kind of interestingly placed. I'd usually want to see it kind of a little bit back here, but it looks like Bishu doesn't want to do that. Anyways, of course, it's going to come out, and both players are getting ready for the next big battles. We have the first observers coming out. Bishu is pumping out a lot of gateway units here, and as for Action, he's got how many hatches? He's got 1, 2, 3. He's got 4, 5, 6, and 7 hatches. We might have a major battle coming up. So these High Templars each have 2 storms. They could cast 2 storms. It looks like the course is going to try to check if there's any kind of counter attack on this side of the map. Bishu's going to try to engage right here. There's going to be some major battles incoming, and Bishu's going to have to engage with his Dragoons and High Templar first to kill the lurkers, and he can come out with the rest of the forces. The Nexus is almost completed. Looks like the Zub is able to see the Xenon is going to want to just take some shots here. The Hydra is getting ready, and looks like there's going to be a storm. The Hydra is coming down the sound route, and there's going to be terrible positioning here for Action. The Hydra is going to try to wage the storms or any kind of reinforcing from the left side, and Bichus is trading nicely. He gets some more Hydras killed. This lurker is going to come down south, but Bichus is going to retreat because he's trading very, very nice. He's got some Corsair checking out this situation. He doesn't want to face a counter attack on the flank, guys. So he's going to try to protect all sides here, and Action is going to have the rest of his forces coming down south as well. Anyways, we're going to be having a lurker just spotting these Corsairs, and Corsairs need to run away. You don't want to lose all the Corsairs. Very good, very, very fast reaction from Bichus, but he's attacking. Oh, it looks like he's going to turn around here. Bichus is kind of over his head for a little bit here, and Action has got a nice, kind of coverage of everything here. Do we have any kind of new tech from Action? It's going to be Hive. Hive is coming up, and what about the state of upgrades? Nice storm! All of those Hydras. Looks like the Hydra's got only, +1 weapons, and Bishu's got +1 weapons and +1 armor. Let me just quickly check what is going to be the state of upgrades for Bishu's. Going to be coming up to armors 2, and I think Action is going to be going up to Carapace 1. As well as I think he went for +2 weapons completed. Very nice storm on the ramp here. Want to destroy those units on the high ground. He needs to storm. He's not storming. What the High Templar is kind of getting lost there. And looks like Bisu is exhausted. The rest of his storm need to return home now. This High Templar good to cast a unit. A storm need to cast a good storm on one of those lurkers. Need to cast one more storm. Doesn't have enough energy. Bisu's force is gonna get completely wiped and is gonna get cornered from all sides. Need to move back and destroy these lurkers on the backside. Zealot to fall back here. He's engaging way too fast with the Zealot. Need to turn around and use his time to buy time. He destroying the last of the lurkers, and both of these guys are trying to sandwich these crazy battles at the last minute. Bishus, he need to save the rest of his forces because Protoss strength is in shield regeneration. He need to kind of regenerate his shield and come back to fight more battles later. He need to snipe the Hydralis and then just run. He does a good storm to damage some of the Hydras, but that's going to be the end of this attack, and Bishu is going to save some of his forces. He's going to try to come up with a new base here, but supply-wise, Bishu is not ahead by that much, and Action will finally now have a lot of units coming up. With West the Defiler Mount, there's no Defiler Mount. He's going to be coming up with the 8th hatchery now. And it's going to be the moment for Action to strike. He's got to attack while Bishus is this weak one. But this Corsair is patrolling this area and making sure there's going to be no counter attack on this side of the map. The Corsair is going to have to return now. It looks like we're going to be looking at a huge attack by Action. The cannons is not yet up. Bishus needs to send out the rest of his forces. He's got a nice coverage. He knows that this lane is not being attacked. It is not being used at all by the Zerg for counter attacks. So he's going to try to just focus all of his army. He needs to place one of the observers right here to see if the Zerg is going to try to go for the front to attack or not. And looks like the Corsair is doing doing good damage, but now it's going to be the time to return them to this Corsair Museum, I think. Looks like we're going to be having a single rocket checking off the decision, and Action knows that there's going to be some defenses here. There's going to be a couple of cannons, and Bisu can need the rest of his probes, and Bisu is mining efficiently. He's got 4 bases. Zerg's got only 4 bases, but he's got 9 hatcheries. More lurkers coming out. The course is looking for those openings, but now it's going to be time for Bisu to really turn them around. Looks like a huge counter attack. Bisu's got a coverage on this lane, but he doesn't have any kind of information in the middle lane. Looks like Ashen's going to come to the middle lane, guys, and looks like there's going to be a huge attack. Both of the armies going to meet each other in the middle map. There's going to be some nice attack. We need to have some storms getting deployed. One of the lurkers is going to get deployed. He goes for a storm, but that lurker was not damaged from before, so it's not yet dead. And Bishu's going to get it. He needs to storm. Looks like Action's going to come to it, and Bishu does a good storm to waste a lot of the Zerg forces. Might storm one more. He stormed. This is a terrible storm, not hitting anything at all. The next storm is going to be much better. I don't know. Looks like Action comes in and just wipe out Bishu's forces, but he's got a Dark Templar in the area now. To come through, and looks like we need to have more storms, and Bishu need to kind of go to this high ground maybe just to keep some of his energy, and Bishu's gonna get pushed back. He could actually cast one more storm here, but he's not casting a storm. He's waiting to enemy for the engagement. There's gonna be more cannons coming up. Bishu's gonna try to hold this on. Need to cast one more storm. This item doesn't have energy though. Some cannons are gonna be deployed. Bishu need to push out the rest of his forces. There's only one lurker here. Looks like Bishu does a good storm. The cannons are doing good damage. Zealot's buying so much time and reinforcement from the backside, but looks like Bishu just got just enough to hold more cannons to come down now. Looks like Action lost a lot of his forces. He's going to reinforcement from the back, and Bishu's got 3 Zealot though. You need to check the area right now. The cannon's not able to hold. The lurker's going to try to go all the way to the back, then Probes to run away. Zealot's going to try to attack, and good block. Probes are running away, and where's the reinforcement? There's going to be some reinforcement. There's a Dark Templar just buying some time here. And the last bit, these lurkers are still alive, and Bishu's not able to attack those forces. And keep in mind that Bishu has GG. The game has ended, and it looks like Action's going to be the one who wins. If you joined this class, feel free to buy me coffee. The link to that is going to be in the video description. I will see you, and thank you once again for your support, especially Mr. Eric Clapton and his wife. Bye bye.